Moving on to one that, I mean, if you've been tuning in regularly, you've heard me mention this. RinRin the Nut House. I have been frothing this for a long time, waiting for this one. Because I feel it had a really long lead in terms of, like, single release. Like, so just looking at the track listing and her release schedule. Oh no, the first single was this year. When did Corn Dog come out? March. Alright, so I had. I mean, that's a 7 month lead into the album. I feel that's long. Which is fine because I was A-OK spinning Corn Dog for 7 months straight. That song is great. Um, and because there were so many singles released, because we got to 6 singles before the album dropped, and it's a 12 track album, so getting half the album before you hear it, sometimes you worry. Sometimes you're like, have I heard all the good songs? Is everything else going to be filler? No need to worry here. It was all killer. Ironic, if you're watching live, you can hear the song. This song's called Killer. That's the opening track. And yeah, I think RinRin's been my discovery of the year. Amazing vocalist and lyricist. She makes her songs very understandable, even when they're not relatable, because there's stuff here about being like first generation Australian immigrant. RinRin's from Perth. Well, currently living in Perth, I should say. So, yeah, I can't relate to that, but it's conveyed really well so that I can hear it, and as much as I can understand it. And again, just a very good mark of a storyteller in music, and I'm a big fan of storytellers in music. I've, you know, from a very young age, Dad showing me artists like Harry Chapin made me just really focus in on, music can be a great vessel to tell a story, and I think RinRin knows how to tell a story in lyrics. Outside of the storytelling, it's also just really good song structures as well. The whole album flowing smoothly, and it's engaging, and outside of the lyrical themes, it's fun. Yeah, there are some darker themes in here, that's for sure. Once again, being, first generation Australia, that song obviously includes, like, the racism that comes with moving to a different country. There are songs about, referencing eating disorders or stalking, and but that dark theme is conveyed in a way that, I guess fun's the wrong word, but it's very engaging. You're locked in on it, you want to continue with the song. You don't feel bummed out, you feel intrigued. Intrigued almost has too much of a positive connotation. You want to know more, you want to keep listening, you want to be like, tell me about it, RinRin. Teach me. I'm an idiot. Teach me something. Teach me something I don't know. Also, and I said it about Nicolas Cage fight, I'll say it here, no pointless transition tracks, intro tracks, outro tracks. It's 12 good songs. There is nothing wrong with doing those things, by the way. Like, don't think I hate it always. You can do cool things with it, but I'm just seeing more and more people including it because they feel they need to include it. It wasn't included here, and I think it's better for it. Outside of that, it's very well produced, which a lot of this alt metal, I think I've called the Jordan Fish effect, kind of chasing that Bring Me the Horizon step from heavy to more pop sensibilities, has led a lot of people to try and emulate that sound and failing and creating really overproduced music. There is a sweet spot, and this hits the sweet spot. But it does have those, like, I was going to say pop, but no, it's more that hyperpop sound, very kind of heavy and in your face. The only real downside for this, and gee, what a problem to have, because they're signed to a international label, it sounds like the CDs are being produced internationally and then shipped to Perth, and then you have to order from Perth, and they come to Australia, to Australia. Sorry, Perth, they come to Melbourne. So the physicals are very expensive. I hope RinRin brings albums and shirts on tour, because I've got my Melbourne ticket. But yeah, I went to buy this album. I really want to buy this album. This is going to be easily in my top 10 albums for the year. This could honestly be a contender for my number 1 album of the year. And when I go to buy it, I'm like, oh, hey, $40 for a CD. Jeez, that's a bit much. And I know these things cost money to make, but yeah, I just can't swing that. But all in all, this is such a good, fun, kind of alt metal, hyperpop metalcore from someone who's just, an absolute artist at it. Not just another musician in this field. Someone who really just gets it, has a real innate knowledge of what it takes to make a good song. I don't think RinRin could put out a bad song. I think they're too intelligent in the terms of crafting music to do that. So, naturally, after all that glazing, it gets a hell yeah from me. Guess what my album of the month's gonna be?